Let me tell you the truth. The football players.
So everything seems to be coming back to the football players.
Have you met the football players? They're the worst guys on campus. And then the basketball team get all the hate. Nah, today I'm clearing this up. The basketball team is misunderstood. The football team is where the problems are. I'm telling you guys right now.
What do the football players do?
Nah. I don't even want to get into all of that. Just know it's the football players. Whatever happened is the football team. The football team, the football team. Tell you.
What about like anybody else or just them? Like track, baseball?
Nah, track is cool. I don't really know about baseball, but the football team is where all my problems are at.
Okay.
And it's only a select few. They know who they are. But
who are they?
I can't name that one. I can't name that one.
So the football team and Tony Perkins, that's where all of your problems lie.
Mostly Tony Perkins, I'm not going to lie.
If they weren't in your life, you would have no problems?
What? Stress-free. Stress-free. Telling you.
Yo, Kono with the rebound, they got 8 seconds to go. Move the ball right up the court, yeah, you know they ready to roll. Hit the outlet pass to Patrick, put a move on them so tragic. Yeah, you don't want no static, McCaffrey boys, they be like magic. This shit back to Kono, yeah, you know these boys is hooping. Hit him with the alley, yeah, you know he straight up hooped it. Now Patrick's hanging on the rim, yeah, he's got his feet up. Excessive celebration, McCaffrey boys, they done got teed up. Oh man, they got teed up.
Teed Up is brought to you in part by Vibrant Credit Union, now offering a truly radical investing idea.
It's crypto, isn't it?
Good news, it's definitely not crypto. Right now, Vibrant's yellow money market account pays up to 1.15% APY. That just may be the best money market rate available right now. If you're going to need a lot of cash soon, say you're saving up for a down payment or getting ready to pay next year's tuition, Vibrant's Yellow Money Market is a risk-free way to grow your savings just a little faster. Plus, you can withdraw your money at any time.
So, it's a savings account that actually earns money?
This idea is too crazy to stick around for long, so get the details at vibrantcreditunion.org/moneymarket. Some restrictions apply. With the college basketball season now officially over, this is the time people turn their attention to filing taxes. People always have a lot of questions about their taxes. Maybe you're wondering if there's anything you can do to owe less taxes. Maybe you've got a little extra cash, you want to put it away for retirement, but you're not sure how. Maybe you're a student athlete with some NIL money and you want to be smart with what you have after paying taxes.
Wait, we have to pay taxes?
Everyone is looking for someone they can trust to provide answers and a game plan to help them make the right decisions with their money for today and in the future. So if you just want to know if you're on the right path or if you haven't even started down a path at all, reach out to an advisor at Lane Family Wealth Management. They offer free phone, online, and in-person consultations. Call 319-535-4525 in Eastern Iowa or 515-322-7971 anywhere else in the U.S. Everybody, welcome in. We got episode 20. It's a big one. It's a big one here. We got a very special guest. Going to be a great episode. We got Big Jelly, Josh Ogundele,
Jello,
big fella,
Advice, bro.
center with us on the team.
If you don't know my name, get to know.
Thanks for joining
Jello.
us. Jello. How we doing, big fella? How you doing?
Chilling, bro. How you guys?
Great, man.
We're good.
Great.
Excited.
Ready for this episode, man. You know, Jello.
Thanks for coming in.
Of course, bro. It's an honor, you know. Excited to spread my knowledge with everyone.
Last week, Jelly came up to me and was like, "Yo, like, when are you gonna get me on the pod, bro?"
For real, like everyone else is getting asked. I'm episode 20, bro. I thought I was gonna be one of the first, but it's minor. No hate, no all love.
All love. We had TP before you too, and he had something to say.
I know he probably lied about me on that podcast too, but we're gonna get to the bottom of that right now.
What do you think he was saying? What do you think he said?
First of all, he's gonna talk about camp, how he cheated. But we'll get to that. Don't worry, we'll get to that. But he's a liar, like a pathological liar. But if you don't know that, you're gonna know today. Telling you.
You know what? He was talking about you like and some girls, like
girls. Me? Nah. Not me. Not me. I'm a good boy. I just sat at home, play PlayStation, go to bed. You feel me?
Right.
No bunda, right?
What's that?
In bed by 9.
8:30, bro. Come on.
8:30.
Wake up at 7. You feel me?
Get a workout in. Go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Let me ask you. What do we say? Do you think?
When
do you think our
you know
birthday-
you probably don't know when my birthday was, but I'll give you a hint. It wasn't yesterday.
Yeah, it was today. You feel me?
Was it yesterday?
It was today, bro. I'm telling you, people always like the thing about me is I'm misunderstood. Feel me?
Facts.
Everyone,
And that's why we had you on here, so you can explain that to people, like that
Exactly.
you're misunderstood.
I'm very misunderstood. People think they know me, but they don't really know me, which is why sometimes I get a bad rep. I'm really a good guy. You feel me?
All right. Well, okay. Let's talk about that then. Fresh off a good week at camp, you were giving your time back to the kids. We talked about it with TP. I want to talk about it with you and get your take on everything. You were a coach. He said you were the worst coach at camp. I just want to hear what you have to say about the kids that were on your team, the roster that you had.
There's something that I kind of want you to debunk, like right off the bat. He said that you tried to sub in
No.
5 players during a live ball.
Okay.
Like while we were playing the game, Tony said you tried to sub in 5 players.
Do you want me to start with that or do you want me to start with day one?
Let's start with day one.
Let's start with day one.
Day one. Okay. They said, get in the line, tallest or shortest. Tell me why Tony was counting numbers to see which players he wanted and told him to get in line at those numbers so he can pick them. That's first of all. So then he picked the tallest players. Some of them weren't as good as he thought they were, but that's another story. Anyway, so he picked the best ones, tried to cheat, ended up not being as good as they thought he was going to be. So anyways, my team starts off, we win our first game by 20, lose our second game by 20. And as a coach, it's heartbreaking, like I just want to go out there and play with them, not cheat, but, help them. Anyways, Tony, we ended up playing Tony's team. I'll give it to him. First game we lost by like 18 for me. First game we lost
They
by
beat you
18.
at 20?
No, not 20, 18.
18. Okay.
Anyways, so I'm like, I tell the kids, bro, this is the biggest game of your life. No joke. Like, if we lose, I'm never gonna hear the end of this. And we lost. I was like, we gotta get another chance. We see them in the playoffs. Tony tried to lie and say I had 6 players on the court when he did himself. I'm like, bro, why are you trying to lie? Like, you trying to lie on me, but he had 6 players on the court. So anyway, that's another story. And then on top of that, I called for a timeout. And then I subbed 5 players in. You can do that. That's basketball. He tried to say, oh, no, it's a liable turnover, tech him. He ended up getting the tech, and we won by 15. That's what I'm going to say. Feel me?
I saw him get tossed, yeah.
Exactly. Like, if you think I'm a bad coach, he screams at the refs, complains. Like, you see how he is in practice. Thank you. That's what I have to say. If you see Tony Perkins in practice, you know how he is as a coach. Just imagine that, but 10 times worse. He complains to the refs, everything. And, yeah. So, I'm just saying he's a liar. I didn't sub 5 people in during a loose ball, live ball, whatever. He's a cheater. He had 6 players in the court, and we still won by 15. Thank you very much.
So, Patrick, we tried to get into it, the feud between Tony and Jelly that is just constant, but I don't think we did it justice.
It's one of those things where it's like I don't understand how you guys because you guys are friends,
Yeah.
but it doesn't make sense to me because all you guys do is just bicker and yell at each other.
You said at weights yesterday that you wanted to stab him in the chest. that was a quote. You said, "I'm going to stab him in the chest, blood."
Well, when you get angry, a lot of things come to your head. I want to fight Tony. I'm not gonna lie. We should just get the boxing gloves.
Who would win that?
Me. To be honest with you, because I'm just not gonna box him. He's fast, he's strong. I'm just not gonna box him. I'm just gonna grab him and throw him, But Tony,
he claims he would win.
Yeah,
you think?
That's what he said.
He said he would just run around until you got tired.
Exactly, and he's just gonna run around, and he's gonna have to come near me. You think I'm gonna just keep running after him? No, I'm gonna conserve my energy. He's gonna come towards me. I'm gonna grab him and then throw him. Come on, but Tony, he loves arguing. He is an arguer. He just loves bothering people for no reason. I'll be sitting there, he'll just say something just to annoy me, you know what I mean? And it gets to a point when does it stop? It never stops with him. He's just annoying. I think he was born annoying. But I try and zone him out, but it's very, very, very hard. Especially when he just says something so dumb and everyone just laughs at it. And then
Today when we had workouts, and after workouts it was Tony, it was all the point guards. Tony was with the point guards today. They all lined up and we're playing one-on-one, finishing up. And I'm walking out of the gym, and Tony missed a floater over Amarian. and I just wanted to stir the pot and instigate. So I walk out there and I go like this, like, and for those of you who can't see, like I just like acted like Tony got slapped on the arm, and Tony's like, "See, bro, I told you." And Amarian starts arguing back with him, and then I just walked out of the gym, and I'm sure that argument went on for another at least like 2 to 3 minutes.
See, Tony claims people always foul him, and he claims he never fouls. He is the biggest hack you will ever meet in your life. You will walk out with scratches, bruises. You just look like you came out of Game 7 of the finals. I promise you. If you ever let Tony guard you, he will foul you. That's what I gotta say.
Okay, so the next plan of action is to bring Tony back,
Please.
and to bring you back,
Please.
in the same episode.
You don't want to do that.
And why not?
We might actually fight in here.
In here?
Yeah, we might.
That's better than anything we can talk about if we get that on camera.
So honest with you, I'm just gonna let you know right now, he's gonna lie. And you guys might believe it, because when he lies, he gets in your head. And you should just not let him get in your head. That's what I'm gonna say.
Do you think AU is like the constant, like,
He is
what is
the
he, the
biggest
instigator?
instigator you will ever meet in your life.
Aaron Bueller?
It's like a bad mix. You have a liar and someone that just loves arguing. Then you have an instigator that just makes the whole thing on fire.
So then what are you?
What are you?
I'm an innocent bystander. I'm being serious.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Sometimes, you know, I might say one or two things, but for the most part, I'm just innocent. I just stand there
Right.
and do nothing. Mind my business, you know, like what normal English people do. Just chill.
Yeah, that's true. That's what they do in England. They just hang out. You know?
Thank you. No problems.
Okay, well, we're gonna come back to some more of that, but I want to get into England and what it is like growing up there, playing basketball. We're gonna talk about all that, but the one thing I want to start with is, like, so you grew up in London.
Yeah.
What part of London are you from?
East London, like 20 minutes from where the Olympics were.
So who's your soccer team?
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
So when
You
they
watch every game?
Nah, because they're terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
they cannot finish in the top 4.
It gets me so angry. Like, you can get high blood pressure from supporting them.
What about when, Patrick? Remember when England was
Don't
playing?
talk about it.
Last year during the European Cup or whatever it was, I don't know
The
exactly. what it was.
Euros.
It was the Euros.
Yeah, the Euros. Philip was born in Italy. So we kept the whole time, we just wanted Italy and England to meet in the championship. That's all we wanted, because we knew that it would cause the ultimate rivalry between Philip and Josh.
Yeah.
So we all watched it in my apartment last year, and England ended up losing in PKs, and it was this whole big thing, and Philip was screaming at Josh. England was winning the entire game.
Pure heartbreak. If you watch that game, they cheated. We got fouled. Remember that? We got fouled. They didn't call it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That game was rigged. It was rigged. It was just pure heartbreak. I cried that day. I'm not gonna lie. I cried.
No, I remember you, like, after the game, Jelly was just laying there, like, dejected, like, on the phone with all of his, like, friends from England.
Yeah.
Like, just talking about the game. Like, it was just...
It was so sad, you know. But I mean, you know, win some, lose some, even if they cheat. It's always the Italians. But it's okay. Philip, if you're watching this, I don't like you.
I've never heard somebody say, "I'm not gonna lie," and then lie as much as Josh.
Who?
Like, you go, "I'm not gonna lie," and then you lie.
The thing about me is everything I say is factual.
You just said I'm not gonna lie, the game was rigged.
It was rigged. They were gonna review the game. They literally pulled one of our players and he fell on the floor and they didn't call nothing. That was a red card. He had the open lane to the goal. But I mean, you Americans, you know, you guys don't like England anyway, so I can't get your take. No, Patrick hates England. I don't know what they did to him, but he hates England.
All I do is I say that we're undefeated in world wars against England.
Just forge.
Forget
all I
about our
say.
world war.
That's all I say.
Okay, I want to talk about.
And I maybe will throw a shot or two in there about how the metric system is stupid.
See,
When in reality, it's probably the other way around.
because everyone
else uses the metric system.
Thank you.
But I'll never. I don't think I could ever admit that.
I want to talk about what it was like being so tall and growing up in England when everybody plays soccer and they're all short. Like, everybody who plays soccer, like, they're all, I mean, I shouldn't say they're all short, but generally soccer players are shorter than us.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if we walk past a soccer team, we're all going to be bigger than them. So you grow up in England, everybody's playing soccer. What is that culture like? When you're going to school, everybody's playing soccer. When you're going to, I should say football, right?
Yeah.
It's football.
Well, to be honest with you, I started playing basketball seriously at like the age of 14, 15. I had a kind of a crazy growth spurt. Like I was always the tallest in my class. But like when I was like 12, 13, I grew from like 5'10", 5'11" to like 6'2", 6'3". By the time I was 15, I grew like another 2-3 inches to like 6'5". And that's when like I used to play rugby a lot because my cousin plays rugby. So then I played rugby at like a grammar school. But every time I would go home every 3 weeks, like there was a basketball coach and he was like, come play basketball, like, you know, let's see how you like it. And I just decided, I was like, you know, might as well try it. And I grew to like 6'5". I just kept growing. And then, yeah. But in terms of basketball and football, the funding isn't very good. For instance, football, they have a lot of funding. It's the biggest sport there. They have all the money in the world. But when it comes to basketball, like we don't have that much money. Like if we play for the national team, we have to pay a certain amount to go to our flight, stuff like that. Nothing's really free. So like it was we're kind of not really privileged. Like we're very underprivileged in terms of basketball wise over there. But you know, it's kind of understandable because, you know, not a lot of people really watch basketball over there compared to football, but it's a developing sport. So I think in years to come, it will get better and better.
You've said to me before, like, if you play basketball and you're from London or England, I should say, you kind of know everybody. Like, all the basketball players know all the basketball players.
Yeah, well, I should say if you're a good basketball player. I mean, a lot of people do play basketball over there, but, like, if you're really good, we only have a certain amount of basketball teams for, like, clubs or, like, for the country. So, like, you know, we mostly do know the majority of them because we play for them. We played with them when we were younger.
Okay. Who's your favorite English basketball player?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really have a favorite English basketball player. I have friends that I feel like are really good at playing England, but I don't really have a favorite English basketball player. I mean, I'm cool with like Gabe Olashane, he played here. There's a guy called Dan Clark. There's a guy called Ryan Richards. He got drafted to the Spurs. I think he played for like 2 years and he came back to England. So there's a lot of them that like I know that I'm cool with, that have been to like levels that I am right now and just give me tips to help me grow.
Did you know Gabe before you came here?
I'm not gonna lie, no. I have friends that knew him, but I didn't really know him. So yeah.
Okay, so but like when you grow up, so you play for clubs, right? You can't play in school.
Okay, so you can play in school. We have clubs in school, but we don't have AAU.
But the good is the clubs. Like that's where the good players go.
No, so like we have like academies.
Okay,
and we have clubs, but the clubs are not like AAU. You play on the weekends, so like Fridays, evenings, Saturdays, and Sundays. So those are the clubs. And then the school obviously play during the school week. But when you get to a certain age, you want to play for the academies and not the clubs.
Okay.
And the academies basically play all week, and they're the ones that have the connects to like the national team or to like schools in America, stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Does Manchester United have a basketball academy as well?
Because like Real Madrid has.
Exactly, yeah. So like I feel like England and Europe are kind of different. So like Europe have academies, but like because their football teams are so like high up, they have enough money for like basketball teams and stuff like that. So like when you get to teams like Real Madrid or like Juventus, all these other teams, they have basketball teams. When in England, they don't have that because basketball's not really a big sport over there.
Okay.
So yeah.
So then transitioning kind of the next phase, how did you end up at Worcester in Massachusetts?
So when I was younger, like I played for 1 year. For the first year, I tried to make it to like so we have to get to the national team. You need to play for like a club. Then from a club, you need to play for like your region, so like London or like wherever you're from, Manchester, stuff like that. Then from there, you get invited to a national team, and if you make that team, you play for the national team, obviously. So the first year I played basketball when I was about 15. I tried out for the under-16s London team, and I got cut second practice. I'm not gonna lie, I was terrible. I used to trip over my own feet. I was like a deer, like I was so skinny, tall, whatever. I told myself, I was like, I'm never gonna get cut by a team again. So like the next year, I ended up making the 16s team and went to the tournament. And I played against Russia in the semi-finals. We lost by 1 point. Played pretty well. And there was a guy called Jonathan Giavoni from Draft Express. He interviewed me, got him on Facebook. I was telling him how I was trying to go to America. So it was either I was going to go to America or play professionally in Spain when I was 16. And my coaches didn't want me to go to Spain because I had a dream of making an NBA. So I just kind of scrapped Spain and ended up going to I ended up like messaging Jonathan Giovanni. So originally there were 2 schools that he wanted me to go to. He wanted me to go to Hillcrest Prep and take over after DeAndre Ayton went to the league, play like on that team.
In Arizona.
Exactly. Or I was going to go to Spy Academy. That was about a year or 2 before LaMelo Ball went there.
Yeah.
So those are the 2. But the only thing is, they were saying about my parents are big on education, so like they didn't really want me to go to Spy Academy because they're just mostly
Not exactly Harvard.
Exactly.
It's not exactly.
And they just mostly just like play basketball. It's like a basketball factory kind of.
Yeah.
So then
You don't go to school there.
exactly. So then I ended up playing for my national team, and they played against like there was a tournament in England, and some teams from America came down. I had like 25 against them, and the coach wanted me to come so bad, but I was like, I'm not really trying to go to your school. Like I'm trying to go to Spy or Hillcrest Prep. You know what I mean? Like what Jonathan Giovanni told me. You know what I mean? But he ended up I don't know, like convincing me to come. I went there. First year, I'm not gonna lie, I really hated America. Like
How come?
I used to think America was like Hollywood, like just amazing, like in the movies. But when I came here, I went to Worcester. I was in the hood, like you hear gunshots.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy. Like they're telling you don't walk out after this time. You never know what can happen. I'm like, bro, where am I? I'm like, this isn't the America I know. so I'm like,
Had you ever been to America before that or no?
I went to America once, to Florida,
Okay.
Disney World?
to play against Montverde,
Okay.
Montverde Prep. And I went to UCF. I went on visits to these places. I'm like, well, this is nice. But when I went to Worcester Academy, I'm like, nah, bro. Like, it's a prep school in the middle of the hood. Like, it's crazy. It's literally an oxymoron. You walk out, you're in the hood. You walk in, you're in, like, a nice place. But, yeah, it was weird. And then I ended up adjusting to the place. You know, my recruitment wasn't really crazy. I got a school offer from Brian, but Brian offered, like, 100 people in one day. I ended up playing well. My sophomore year started getting more like offers, started playing better, started growing. Then I ended up loving it. You know, I reclassed, and my junior year is when I started to take off.
Okay, so when you first came over to Worcester, like you said, like, you know, you go outside and it's just different than what you thought, right? Like, what were some, like, give me some more, like, you know, you've said before, like, the way we talk, the way we speak, our slang, like, that was crazy to you, but like your slang is crazy to us. So
Yeah.
like, give us, like, you know, some things bother, especially in Boston with the accents that they have there. You're over there.
Boston.
Yeah, you're there. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. First of all, like the holidays. You guys have so many holidays. Like we had all these different breaks: Thanksgiving break, spring break. Like damn, like, this is crazy. Like, how many holidays you guys even go to school? But I'm not gonna lie, the days over here are so long. Like in England, I'll be in high school from 8:30 to 2:40 p.m. every day. Okay. But here, when I went to Worcester Academy, we wake up 8 a.m. sharp. In class at 8 a.m. I'd be sleeping in class, like just slumped. Teacher would slam the table, wake up, you know what I mean? And it would end at 3:30. Then after that, we had practice. It was just a totally different lifestyle. And then we weren't really allowed to leave out like that because, you know, we're in the hood. So, like, if you're going to leave, you had to sign out. It's like they know your every movements. And it's not like I'm not from the nicest parts of London. I'm not from, like, Chelsea or, like, into, like, London as the city center of London. But, like, it's just totally different. You guys have guns and everything here. You guys are crazy over here. I'm not going to lie. You guys are crazy.
Too many guns for you?
It's not even that. You guys just reckless. Like, I don't know. Just so much reckless stuff that goes on here. No cap.
Nah. Okay, I want to get into some of your slang terms. Like when you came over here and when you joined the team, like everything you say, like I need to run through. Right.
That's another thing. Everything I say, everyone's like, huh? Excuse me? What? Like a lot of people, they try to annoy me, like Tony or Aaron. They'll be like, you learn your accent off of YouTube. I'm like, bro, how would I learn the accent off of YouTube? I'm like, come on, bro.
That's just them trying to make you mad.
They just want
I'm not gonna, it's not the first time they'll be like, can you speak English, please? I'm like, bro, I'm speaking English. Or like when I walk around and I talk to people, they'll be like, do you guys speak French in England? I'm like, do I look like I speak French to you? I'm like, we speak the same language, bro. But I don't know, I have a lot of slang, you know. Some things I say people really don't understand. Some are kind of like, it's either you know or you don't. I want to call people a waste man all the time. It just means like you're a waste of space. Like you're just weird.
A waste man.
A waste man.
That is one of his most common terms.
Yeah, just you're a waste man.
Waste
Big man
all
ting.
the time.
Or if I'm like, you're jarring. Jarring, I'm not going to lie, it's in the dictionary. It just means you're really annoying. If I'm like, bro, you're so jarring, it just means you're annoying. I say that to Tony a lot because he's very, very, very annoying. Like, I can't even put into terms how annoying he is.
What about Big Man Ting?
Big man thing just means like I'm being for real. Like if I say something and you're like, you guys are always like, oh, Josh is lying. I'm like, bro, big man thing. It means like I'm telling the truth, bro. Like I'm not lying. Feel me? Like big man thing.
I feel like your accent kicks up when you get pissed off.
It does. It does. 100%.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie. There was a time where I nearly became American. I nearly cried. Like, yo, I told my mom, let me get the first flight back to England, please. Because if I got an American accent, oh my gosh, I'll cry. I'm not gonna lie. Like the way you guys talk, it's like you guys delay every word. You're like, oh my gosh, like nah, bro, I'm done. I can't do it. I can't do it.
What'd you say? I think it tries to say water. Like
you be like, can I get some water, please? I'm like, nah. I'm like, bro, just say water, bro. Like, why you say water? Like, nah, it's crazy. But nah, yeah, I had to come into terms with that because you guys say you don't understand me, but some of the words you guys say I really don't understand the way you guys speak.
Like what?
Like not even just the words, like the accents. Like when I went to, I can't remember where it was. I think Texas for AAU. The way they were talking, it was just crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't understand a word they say. Even in Boston, like my coach Jamie, when he was talking at first, I was like, "What is this guy saying?" He was like, "Come on, Dale, come on." I'm like, "Bro, what are you saying? Speak slower." But you know, I kind of got to learn and listen to what you guys say. And you know, if I don't understand, I just tell you to repeat it 10 times. Even now, sometimes when people in practice say one thing to me or coach says something to me, I'm like, what do you say? Like, I don't really understand sometimes. But, you know, I'm learning. I'm going to get there.
I think most of the time we can understand like what you're saying or at least what you mean.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to what you said when you almost became American. Like how did that happen?
So like, I think when it comes to that, when you're in a place for so long, you start to adjust. So like I might always have the English accent for the rest of my life, but the slang is very easy to lose my accent because of the slang. Like around our age, a lot of people use a lot of slang. So if I pick up on the slang and start saying stuff like that, like I'ma just end up speaking like you guys. So like if I use slang a lot that you guys use, I'ma use it. But when you get to a certain age and you stop using slang, it's very hard to lose your accent because you're speaking like a normal person. But when you're younger and you use a lot of slang, it's very easy to pick up on it and lose your accent. So like I think I was my sophomore or junior year, I was just speaking normally, and sometimes I'll catch myself speaking like an American. I'm like, bro, I'll slap myself. I'm like, bro, stop that. I'm like, stop that. Then when I go to England, all my friends are like, oh, you're American. I'm like, bro, chill, don't ever say that again in your life. I'm like, I'm not American, bro, please stop saying that.
So I have to say this, Patrick, I think you've heard the same thing. Tony has said that you fake the accent just to pick up girls. I've heard him say that. He
says, the thing about me is I don't even talk to girls, bro.
The thing is, like, also too at the same time, all you've been doing this whole time is just debunking everything Tony says. So at what point do we just stop believing Tony?
Thank you. See, I like you, Patrick. Sometimes, you know.
Sometimes,
because sometimes you can be a bit annoying to you, but Tony's a liar. I've told this a million times and I'll say it again. Tony is a liar. You see the Instagram video I made? Everyone on the team said it was him. It wasn't me. No one said my name. Only he said my name because he just likes me.
What Instagram video?
Disclaimer: it was the TikTok where we took a poll of the team and we said, "Who on the team would you not let your daughter date?"
Yeah.
And everyone said
Tony
him.
was an overwhelming favorite.
Overwhelming is an understatement. It was him. Right. No one said my name apart from him because he likes me. He's a weirdo. You know what I mean? But I mean, there's nothing much to say. If we go around downtown, everyone's gonna say him, not me. Simple.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. All right. So you said you got offered from Bryant, but then all of a sudden, like your recruitment did really pick up, and you started getting offers from a bunch of different teams, a bunch of different schools. Like I know you had I think it was like us, Providence, Rutgers, like all that. What was that like? Like when because you don't really understand the recruiting process coming from London. You know, that's new to you. So I guess what was that like? And
a lot of people in America don't understand the recruiting process either. But that's
true.
That's another story.
That's true. But then, so I guess answer that, and then also, what made you want to leave the East Coast?
Okay, so like I said, my mom really put her trust into my coach. Like, because, you know, I'm 16, 17, leaving home. I don't really know much about America. So, like, she just trusted the guy she never met before. She met him 3 years after I left. So it was kind of crazy. You just put your trust into a random person you don't really know. You
Right.
met on WhatsApp, like you just FaceTimed a couple of times. But like, it started to blow off. Like I said, my junior year, sophomore junior year, and I don't really know much about it. But like my AAU coach, my high school coach, we all came together. You know, every time I get an offer, we really were just trying to find the schools that were most interested in me. You know, it wasn't really about the names. Like, let's say I got off from Duke, like, or like UNC. It wasn't really about that. They tried to tell me it was more about the connection, because the school could just offer you and you would sit on the bench for like the whole time you're there. You know what I mean? You could redshirt and still sit on the bench. You know what I mean? But when you get the connection, they were trying to explain to me that the connection is the most important. You need to stop, because all the coaches are just like, they'll tell you the same thing. They're salesmen, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they'll tell you everything you want to hear, and there's very few coaches that will tell you different things. So like, I mean, the 5 schools I picked, a lot of coaches were telling me different things that other schools weren't telling me, and I like that. When I came my visit here, I enjoyed it. Coach McCaffrey, I had a great relationship with Coach Eldridge, Coach Taylor, and yeah, just sold me on that.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens a lot in recruiting, and I know of like specific stories of people where like they commit to a school based on a promise that was made to them, and then sure enough they show up and whoops, like that's actually not true.
I have friends that like they'll coach will be like, oh, come play for me. They'll go there. Or I even know coaches that told me when I was younger in England, oh, they didn't want me to go to America. They'll be like, oh, stay here, and we'll take you to this school. I'm like, bro, I don't want to go to your school. Like, I want to explore the world. I want to see what else there is to offer me. I don't want to base my future based on one promise. Like, I know a lot of people that from England that got promised to play, promised all these big things, and then they go there just averaging 10 claps a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, seriously. It's like they promise, oh, you're going to be
A star
all
player,
Big Ten,
this, that, the
star
other.
player, you're going to go to the NBA. Like, you
And
can't
now-
promise
and
somebody
now-
they're going to go to the NBA.
Now
like,
they're back in England, you know, working in, we call it Asda. It's like Walmart. It's working there, you know what I mean? It's sad, you know. They could have, like, just banking your whole future based on what one person says, word of mouth, you know.
literally.
Right. Yeah. All right. With that, we can take a quick break. Diamond Ridge Construction is a family and locally owned and operated company. Diamond Ridge does roofing, siding, and gutters. Diamond Ridge was awarded the best construction and roofing company in Iowa City. They have never received a review lower than 5 stars. They do quality and efficient work for a customer-friendly price. They do work in the Johnson County area, but are open to expanding. If you're interested in seeing some of their work, visit www.diamondridgeiowa.com.
Some of those pictures are really cool. They do houses of all sizes and have done some massive complexes. They are open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. For a free estimate, call 319-800-7663. Again, that's 319-800-7663. Hey, Connor, I went into Kimball and Beecher Family Dentistry the other day for a cleaning. Was your experience as good as mine?
Yes, it definitely was. I went in immediately. They got me in. I was in and out within 30 minutes tops. It was pain free. The doctors were great. The dentists were great. I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely. They told me I had great teeth, and everybody was super helpful. So shout out to Kimball and Beecher Family Dentistry.
Yeah, they told me I had great teeth as well. So maybe it was just a thing.
I
Maybe
think
they were lying. To
I
us.
think I have better teeth, but anyway.
Okay, well, it was a great experience either way. So thank you to them, Kimball and Beecher.
And we are back, episode 20 of Teed Up with our good friend Big Jelly, Mr.
vibes.
Ogundele.
Yes, sir.
Josh, you get here. We have the National Player of the Year, his junior and senior year, by the way. I want that on the record. National Player of the Year, Luka Garza, at your position. So you get matched up with him out of the gate. How was that?
I'm gonna tell you right now, he elbowed me about 5 times in the chest every practice. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, it was good, you know, learning from him. One time I'll stop a move and then he'll do a count and I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like, like what are you doing, bro? Like, just let me get a stop. But you know, I'm not gonna lie, it was great. It was a great like him on the mentor side, like he was a great mentor, you know, taught me a lot. Yeah, stuff I use now in practice against people guarding me.
There's also another story about when you first got here that I want to figure out if it's true or not. We were talking about today in the training room. Your roommate was one of our managers, and it's been said that when you first got here, I don't know how much laundry you had did before or whatever, but you asked him to borrow his laundry detergent, and you went downstairs and did 3 loads of laundry and used the entire bottle of detergent. Is that true? Yes or no? Had you ever done laundry before?
In my defense, it wasn't full. It wasn't full. It was like 3/4, 2/3. I mean,
So it's a lot of detergent.
I mean, okay.
That's true. That
I'll-
his hesitancy right
So,
here,
yeah.
that is
admit-
true.
But the good thing is, my clothes smell clean.
Yeah, no, that's good. But
It's
they would have
moving.
smelled clean probably with about half of that. Probably even less.
But to be fair, he kind of did exaggerate. It wasn't fully full, but it was kind of full.
It was kind of
It
full.
was kind of full. I'll give him that. I think I did give him another one. I think I did buy him another one. So,
What about him claiming that you stole his snacks?
That is so cap. All right, listen. Let me tell you a story. Back in the day, 2020, by the way, I forgot what happened. Yeah, so the football players on my team lived down the hall. The football players in our school lived down the hall, and they always used to come and take his snacks and blame me. Like, why, bro? I don't even like his snacks. I don't even know what type of snacks he had. He had the worst snacks ever. I don't even want them in the first place. To be fair, I took a couple Pringles sometimes, but for the most part, it wasn't me. Like, they would come in, steal his brownies. They'd be like, yo, don't tell him. I'm like, all right, cool. So they're like, when he asked who took it, I said, bro, I don't know. Because, I'm not going to snitch. But when they started to snitch from me, I promise you, I was the first one to snitch. Sometimes I even show them a video because it wasn't me. But, yeah, I didn't really steal his snacks. It was the football players. And I don't want to name their names, but they know who they are.
Let's name names.
Jay Higgs and Deontay Craig.
That took a lot to get you to name names.
They stole the snacks, and it wasn't me.
All it took was one more question.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name names. Well, name the names. Here are the names.
It's not my fault.
You would fold very quickly if you ever were questioned by the FBI for something.
All I know is I'm an innocent bystander.
Oh, bro, you're the most. Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
Anyways, all right, Patrick. This is another story that we have of Jelly.
Oh God.
So my sister, she had friends that went to Iowa that were in your class.
It's a lie.
And you didn't even hear what I said
It
yet.
has to do with girls. It's a lie.
No, that's not. I didn't even say it had to do with girls. Anyway, so she said that the first day you were here,
Oh, I already know
First
what
or
you're
s-
going to say.
the first or second day you were here, you were going around all the dorms near you, knocking on doors and saying, "Hi, like I'm Josh. I'm from England. Like, how are you?" And you did it multiple times.
Not the dorms near him, by the way.
No,
he,
like
he was
other
at he was
dorms.
at Burge.
Yeah.
Burge is across
other
campus.
dorms. You were
Like Burge is the
elsewhere.
farthest possible dorm from where
Introducing
we are.
yourself.
That's what people said about me?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cap. All right, let me tell you the real story.
Dude, you posted a picture in Burge on your story.
I have friends in Birch that has visited.
You had you were there for 2 days at this point.
And I had friends. I make friends quick. This is what
That's
happened.
clearly what you were trying to do.
Let me tell
you
you
were
the
trying
truth.
to make a lot of friends
Let me
quickly.
tell you the truth. The football players.
So everything seems to be coming back to the football players.
Have you met the football players? They're the worst guys on campus. And then the basketball team get all the hate. Nah, today I'm clearing this up. The basketball team is misunderstood. The football team is where the problems are. Telling you guys right now.
What did the football players do?
Nah. I don't even want to get into all of that. Just know it's the football players. Whatever happened, it's the football team. The football team. Telling you.
What about like anybody else or just them? Like track, baseball?
Nah, track is cool. I don't really know about baseball, but the football team is where all my problems are at.
Okay.
And it's only a select few. They know who they are. But
Who are they?
I can't name that one. I can't name that one.
So the football team and Tony Perkins, that's where all of your problems lie.
What
Mostly
if they,
Tony Perkins, I'm not gonna lie.
if they weren't in your life, you would have no problems?
What? Stress free. Stress free. Telling you.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Tell the truth of what the football players did.
Okay, so one day they're like, first of all, I just want to clear up. I was by myself for 2 weeks. So I just came to the country, and workouts had been done, so everyone was gone. I was by myself, bored, nothing to do. So what else am I gonna do? Just explore campus. You know what I mean? You can't blame me for exploring campus.
Right.
There just so happened to be people there.
Right.
And the football team were like, yo, let's go around, let's go, see what's going on. I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. And then we knocked on people's doors, made friends, you know what I mean? And that's how I made some friends.
That was the
Big man
so
thing.
It's pretty much what I said.
Big man thing, for real.
Like you knocking on doors in other dorms and making friends. That's pretty much what I said.
Yeah, but you had a different intention. That's the key.
What was my intention?
No, you thought you were being funny. I just went to make friends, you know what I mean? Other people might have different intentions, but I just went to make friends.
Are you saying the football players had different intentions?
I didn't say that. Take it as you want. I just went to make friends. Feel me? Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Back then, I was a bit of a clout chaser. I wanted Instagram followers. So yeah.
Your Instagram now, like you're verified, like you're getting up there.
Verified.
Like,
Follow the Instagram, Josh with 2 H's Ogundele. If you're not following me, you're a waste, man. Big man thing. If you're not
we
following me,
have to clip that. Might have to clip that one. Big man ting.
Big man thing.
All right. So I want to ask, like later in your career, right? Like you obviously you're here right now. You actually let's talk about this. Let's talk about what the portal decision was like. Like you decided to go in the portal, which made sense at the time for you, and then you decided to pull back. Like I remember you came up to me one night. You were like, "Bro, like why did you let me leave?" Like I'm not gonna say where we were when you said that, but you said that to me, and I was like, "Dude, like I never, like you didn't ask, but I want to know like what that was like." I guess because I'm sure a lot. It was a good
experience. You got to see. Get feedback from other schools of what they think you need to improve on, this and the other. But, at the same time, a coach is like it's recruiting all over again from high school, basically. Like, a lot of coaches can tell you what you want to hear, but not what you need to hear. You don't really know how the coaches are. A coach can tell you one thing, another coach can tell you another thing, just be lying to you just to get you, you know what I mean? And they could be recruiting another 20 other guys telling you the same thing. There's over 1,000 people in the pool. And then at the end of the day, I was like, I know, like the coaches at Iowa, I know what they want and want from me and need from me. So I was like, it's a good fit.
Yeah. All right. What is like when you came back? Like, what is something that fans are gonna like look forward to from you this year? Like, what do you want? What do you like want people to see? What are you working on the most? Like you played really well yesterday in open gym. Like, what are you really working on right now as we speak?
I feel like the main thing for me has just been conditioning. Like, I feel like when I'm in good shape, like I can play the best I've ever played. Like even the Purdue game, even though I wasn't in really good shape, like when I play at spurts, like I perform in spurts. So like if I could just get my conditioning under control and just play that the whole time, I'll be good. You know what I mean? I'll be able to show everyone what I can do. Like I'm athletic, but right now, I'm not as athletic as I could be. But like last summer when I was in the greatest shape I've been in, I was jumping, dunking, blocking, you know what I mean? So I think just obviously like an upgrade from last year, just a hustle player, dunking the ball, rebounding, just a dog.
Okay. All right. So after all that, right, like I'm curious about what London is like professionally. Like you see guys go back over there, like you said, and they play for the national team, and they go back and play. You can play overseas in London, but it's not the same as like playing for, like we mentioned, like Real Madrid, like in the EuroLeague. Is there a EuroLeague team in London?
No, but they have a league called the BBL, British Basketball League.
British Basketball League, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not that good?
I'm never ever playing that in my life. I'm sorry. Like all the people that I know that play the BBL, I'm sorry, it's not my portion ever.
How come?
A lot of politics. The money's not very great. Like I know some people that they had to do that and work another job. Like I never want to work a 9 to 5 in my life, ever.
You just want to play basketball.
Exactly. Like obviously you need side hustle stuff like that or backup plan, but like my backup plan is to never ever live in England again.
You don't want to go back to England.
Like obviously England's nice, all of that. But there's nothing really there for me right now. Like I have family and stuff like that. But when it comes basketball-wise, there's nothing there for me. You know what I mean? That all that stuff can wait. Like I'm here for a reason, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to leave England just to go back and play in the British Basketball League, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So yeah.
What's the money like in the British Basketball League, just for reference, for people who don't know?
See, I've heard mixed stuff. I think it might be improving, but I'm hearing about $25K a year.
A year,
maybe
wow.
maybe 40 around there, 50
for
maybe
like
for the greater players.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing $25K. I know some people are getting like $800 a week, or maybe even less than that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not playing basketball for 800 a week or less than that.
Okay.
But I can't do that.
So
like,
if you want to pay Jelly to play basketball someday, he needs to make more than 800 a week.
Way more than
That's
that.
what you learned here.
Thank you very much.
Gotcha.
So, like the best players that, for reference, what is the best player in the BBL? Like, where did they come from? Like, do they just grow up in those academies, or do they go play in America and then go back? Like some of the players you mentioned earlier, like do those English players just go play around elsewhere in Europe? Like, how does that work?
I know some players from that play in the British Basketball League. I don't get twisted. There's a lot of talent in the British Basketball League.
Okay.
I think it all goes back to it being underfunded. Like there's not a lot of money in that. So like I know a lot of players that will grow up, maybe go to college, play overseas. They can make a lot of money in like Israel or like Spain or France. Then they just want to retire, or they just want to retire in England. So they'll go back to England, play for a bit, then retire. But like there's a lot of players that like I forgot who he is, but I think he won a ring with LeBron for the Cavaliers, and he just went to England to play. I don't know why, but yeah, there's a lot of players that come from America, like a lot of transfers. But there's a transfer rule. I think you only allow like 1 or 2 Americans per team. But yeah, I don't get twisted. There's a lot of good competition and good players in the league. It's just very underfunded.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's fair.
I mean, I've never been to London, but I want to go.
I'm telling you, bro, it's lit.
I want. You just said you never want to go back there in your life.
No.
You're saying I should go now.
I didn't say it's terrible. I just say there's nothing really there for me. Like if I wasn't playing basketball, then okay. But like now I play basketball, I have a higher goal. Like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's a great place. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah.
All right. We're gonna wrap up this episode right after this. The Summit Bar and Grill has the best DJs in Iowa City. They routinely bring in DJs from all over the U.S. and Europe, and we have one of their very own working with us here at the pod.
Shout out Marcos,
Shout out, and he's the man. He's the man. This is definitely the place to be after a big win. Definitely going to catch some of us there. Summit, they also just dropped a new food menu. They serve food Tuesday through Saturday starting at noon. The homemade fried chicken sandwich is out of this world. But again, just want to emphasize, it is a great place to go after big wins, and mainly to do with the DJ, Marcos, our guy here, but also a lot to do with our guy Brad. He takes care of us. So shout out to him. Thank you to him.
Are you looking for a unique educational experience or a distinctive marketing piece? How about your very own barrel of whiskey? Iowa-based Foundry Distilling Company is the industry leader in producing custom whiskey at their site, myprivatebarrel.com. Foundry has worked with individuals, businesses, groups of friends, social clubs, bars and restaurants, and charitable organizations to produce custom labeled spirits for marketing purposes, fundraising, celebrating milestones, or just for fun. Check out myprivatebarrel.com to get started. Enjoy a memorable experience, receive a great whiskey education, and create a custom labeled spirit that celebrates you, your business, or whatever you feel like toasting to. Get started at myprivatebarrel.com. That's myprivatebarrel.com. Cheers and go Hawks. Yeah, we're back. Episode 20 with our good friend Big Jelly, the kids call him. Actually, Connor, I'm kind of going to do a little detour of what you wanted to talk about, because there's a funny story that I just remembered after I said the name Big Jelly. For those of you who aren't as familiar with Instagram, Josh Ogundele has a fan page called Big Jelly. And it's Big Jelly FP, so Big Jelly fan page. And I have to admit that I've seen some of the videos, and they are hilarious. And last year, we went on the field for the spring game when Luka accepted the Naismith. And as we're walking off, these kids saw Josh and were freaking out. And one kid screamed, "This will stick with me forever. Josh, you're better than LeBron."
What can I say?
So kind of speak to the fandom, I guess, in Iowa, and like why, like your fan page, and like kind of if you know those guys, if you have any communication with those guys, or kind of how that goes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not know who it was for a good year and a half.
Do you know now?
Yes, I do know now. But when at first I was like, bro, like who's finding all these pictures? Are they DMing my parents? Are they DMing like my friends? Like how are they finding these pictures? I'm like, no, this is crazy. And it used to be like a weekly thing, like maybe 2 a week, 1 a week. I'm like, this is crazy. I had to get in touch with him. I'm like, bro, like who are you? Please just reveal yourself. He was like, I can't reveal myself. I'm like, come on, bro, just tell me. So one day he was like, if you really want to know, you have to follow me though. So I followed him. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot his Instagram, but I'm gonna find it just for you guys. But yeah, the fans. I really appreciate you guys. You know, everyone calls me Big Jelly. Kind of stuck with me from high school. It's just crazy that even Coach McCaffrey be calling me Jelly. I'm like, wow, Coach, like you calling me Jelly? I'm like, this is crazy. But yeah,
Why we started calling him Jelly, I feel like I should tell this story too.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, it's self-proclaimed. The first, like when Jelly came in, everything was on Zoom, right? Because everybody was home. So we're doing all these Zoom meetings, and we join a Zoom meeting, and it doesn't say Josh Ogundele joined. It says Big Jelly joined the meeting. And then from then on, like everybody thought that was kind of funny, and then it just stuck.
no, yeah, it kind of stuck.
Like I've never called you Josh.
No, yeah, they find it kind of weird to call me Josh now. They're just like Jelly. I'm like, what's good?
Yeah.
Big man thing.
Big man team.
All right, last question. Give me like your favorite food, like from back in London. Like, what was give me your favorite food there, and then like the differences between like your favorite foods here, like when you came to America.
I'm
Like,
gonna start with the differences because I'm not gonna lie, American food kind of killed me. When I first came to the country, I was about 220, 225, maybe 230. And then when I came here, after about 3-4 months, I ended up being at 265. I'm like, bro, like the American food is crazy. Like over there in England, there's like drinks, like even the Fanta or stuff like that. Like there's a lot of added sugars or stuff like. Even some drinks like Mountain Dew in England, a lot of the flavors are bad. Like it's too much sugar, too much calories, stuff like that. So that food just kind of, when I came here, I'm like, bro, like I'm in paradise. I just started eating away, and it just started like killing me. You know what I mean? It just started making me heavier and heavier. Now I got to a point where I kind of had to stop. You know what I mean? Because it got crazy. But like, I don't know. There's a lot of food I like over there in England. Like, I'm Nigerian, so I like a lot of Nigerian food. I like, there's a thing called kebab or chicken and chip shop, which is like wings and fries, but it's not the same wings and fries you get out here. It's kind of like spicy or like a touch to it. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. American food, I don't know. I like Chick-fil-A. I don't know. I don't really have a favorite food.
what about like fish and chips? Like,
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I like fish and chips. I'm not really gonna go out my way. If I'm gonna go to that type of shop, I'm gonna buy chicken and chips because it's wavy, or like a doner kebab. I'm telling you, if you guys ever go to Europe or somewhere, just get a doner kebab. It will slap you in your face. Slap you in your face. But I don't really have a favorite food, to be honest with you.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, last question. So for any people traveling to London, like give us one tip. Like if we go there, like what is like the one thing you need to do? Because I want to see a BPL game. Like that's what I want to do.
First of all, you gotta check in with me. It's my city. Just make sure you check in with me first, little bro.
You know, there's a lot of people that live there, right?
Yeah, there's a lot. In London, it's over like, it's bigger than New York. It's over like 7.8 mil or something like that.
Okay.
But you know, just definitely go to city centres, Oxford Street. There's other places you can explore. I kind of feel like the London Eye is kind of overrated around that area, but it's a nice view at night time. Yeah, go to a Premier League game. It's just a lot of stuff to do. I'm not gonna lie, it's just a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, but make sure you check in with me first. It's my city.
All right. They can reach out to you via email.
No, Instagram, but make sure you follow me first.
What's the Instagram again?
Josh with 2 H's Ogundele.
There you go.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, that's gonna do it for this ep. Jelly, thank you for joining us.
Of course, thanks for having me.
We appreciate you. This was a good one. We definitely got to have
Me
you
and
and Tony
Yep.
on in the same episode.
Find out who the true liar is.
It could be you though.
Impossible.
Impossible. Okay.
Innocent bystander.
Innocent bystander, right?
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
Signing out, episode 20.
Yeah. Appreciate you. brother. Thank
See
you.
ya.
Big Jelly, aka Misunderstood.
Yo, Kono with the rebound, they got 8 seconds to go. Move the ball right up the court, yeah, you know they ready to roll. Hit the outlet, pass to Patrick, put a move on them so tragic. Yeah, you don't want no static, McCaffrey boys, they be like magic. This shit back to Connor, yeah, you know these boys is hooping. Hit him with the alley, yeah, you know he straight up hooped it. Now Patrick's hanging on the rim, yeah, he's got his feet up. Excessive celebration, McCaffrey boys, they done got teed up. Oh man, they got teed up.